Shahrazad has been trying for a baby for more than a decade. During that time, she lost 9 pregnancies. Now she's 6 months pregnant for the first time.
I am very happy. For the first time, I'll be holding my baby alive. For a long time, I buried my babies and I cried a lot. This time, I will cry of joy when I get to hold my baby. I pray to God this will happen.
Shahrazad has been in hospital for a month, trying to keep her pregnancy on track. She says her waters broke early because she's been so stressed. She fled Israeli strikes on her hometown Baalbek, northeast of Beirut, in late September. As Israel widened its bombing campaign in Lebanon, she was forced to move 4 more times.
As a mother, I feel sad. Instead of going through a war, I should be living in peace and be busy buying clothes and other things for my baby. I haven't done any of this. I haven't bought any chocolates or gifts for visitors, which I had planned to do. I can do nothing during such times.
She is almost alone. Her family is scattered, living in shelters across the country. Her only support is her husband, a Lebanese army soldier. When he's off duty, he sleeps in his car parked by the hospital to be close. Pregnant women come to this hospital almost every day, and many of whom carry babies who are at risk of being born too early.
We are seeing more high-risk pregnancies in the form of early labor or waters breaking or early pregnancy cramps. We are seeing more of these cases than the usual. Whether it's directly linked to the war and the stress and displacement, we don't have enough scientific data to prove it, but the cases are certainly on the increase.
Doctors are trying to delay the birth of Shahrazad's baby for as long as possible, but they expect it to be born 2 months early.
I hope that when I leave the hospital with my baby, I will find a suitable place for her. I don't want to go to school shelters where we have to share toilets, and I don't want her to sleep in a car parked on the streets. I hope that we can find a proper home for her.
Shahrazad's baby will be one of 4,000 that the United Nations expects to be born in Lebanon in the coming 3 months. Many of whom will have no home to come to.
DW correspondent Mohamad Chreyteh filed that report and is now with me. Mohamad, thanks so much for that report. Is there any plan now for how to keep these babies safe when they are born?
So not much really can be done as the war continues, but as you saw in the report, one aspect of the problem is related to health, of course, whether mental or physical, affecting pregnant women and their babies. But another aspect of the problem is quite social, and as many of the families arrive to the hospitals with no IDs or any sort of document to prove their identity or their relation, for instance, like the certificates, the marriage certificates that would identify the father. And that is creating a challenge for hospitals to issue birth certificates for the families. And in most cases, the birth certificates, the babies are being registered under the mother's names only. And that could be a challenge for the Lebanese state to manage the babies' registrations in the near future when the war ends.
And Mohamad, what does that say about how this healthcare system is coping in a country that is in the middle of a conflict?
So the healthcare system is really overwhelmed, having to deal with the increasing number of casualties, but also some viral infections and diseases that are common among refugees in the refugee influx now in Lebanon. So it is very much, the state is very much depending on the flow of aid from international organizations and regional states like Qatar, the Emirates, and Saudi Arabia, who have established air bridges to deliver medical aids and food supplies to the refugees here in Lebanon. And we have to remember that Lebanon has been reeling from a deep economic and financial crisis, the worst in its modern history. So the government's ability to support the Lebanese is almost null. And the health sector is only coping for now because the flow of aid and the delivery is still ongoing.
DW Beirut Bureau Chief Mohamad Chreyteh, thanks so much for that.